Professor Prime here with MajinPlanet.com, and today on this episode, very special episode of Prime Talk, is a little different than my previous episode of Prime Talks. Today is the 26th year anniversary for Majin Planet. December 13th, 1999, a high school kid named, going online by the name Majin Mebs, started a website that was all about the Majin. His first music video was Die Die Little Darling. It was off a Metallica song of the same name, to Vegeta fighting fighting Goku and all that stuff. And I can't show that music video here due to copyright, but if you'd like to, you can head over to MajinPlanet.com/music videos, and you can watch it there along with all the other music videos that I do have available to watch. You do need a free account to join, and I can show you guys where to find that. So you would just head over to MajinPlanet.com and you'll be greeted with our new improved homepage, which hopefully you guys like this new design a little bit better. It's more of a kind of like more modernized kind of. I for a while there I went back to like the retro look where you have like a blog and a sidebar, and I was like, it's cool and all, but it just felt a little clunky. And I want to make sure that people understand, and I don't really have music videos prominent on this site anymore because it's not really something that we do anymore production wise, but it's still available. You can see right here under products, it'll say music video vault, and you'd click on that. And I am not logged in right now. Unfortunately, I'm logged out, but this is what you're going to see. I'm going to change this banner because right now, one of the cool things I did was that I added this new feature to the website so that it shows you that this is locked. So from visually you can see, so when you click on this, it's now some of the older posts, it will do this, right? It takes you to this, and you can see right here, it's got all the stuff, and you can see here it says buy it, and then it says Prince Majin Trunks. We'll click on that, and you can see it takes us to this page. So these are all music videos, and it should have took us here, but it did take us there, and I don't know if this is, there we go. So these are all my music videos that I have available right now. And then so here is Majin Mebs. So here's all the music videos that he created in his time on Majin Planet, and I need to kind of go through. But here it is, Die My Darling. So this was the first video that he did. So that is a quick way, and there's still a lot that I need to do in terms of design wise on the site. There's a lot of sub pages and stuff that are still using an older design, anything like that. So today's episode, I wanted to just showcase the website and talk a little bit about how Majin Planet came to be, and the direction that I've taken it, and the direction some former webmasters before me took it, and whether or not I have been successful or was more successful back then is kind of irrelevant. Now this is we're gonna go here. Now if you click on start here, it'll take you to this page. It's loading very slowly, and I'm not sure why. You can see you can watch reactions, you can explore the AMVs. It's still very prominent. You can still watch. I still want people watching. And then you can join the community, which is our community forums, right? And then you scroll down and you can see so what is Majin Planet? Majin Planet began in 1989 as a Dragon Ball AMV fan site and has evolved into a hub of anime, tokusatsu, reactions, creative expression. Whether you're a Kamen Rider fan, DBZ, nostalgic chase, or just watching passionate content, that's all right here. You should rewrite that. And then you can see here you got watch reactions, dive into a full series like Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, Ultraman, and more. Check out the AMVs. So again, another option to check out the AMV classics, the new music videos from our archives, the legacy of 25 years strong. Last year was our 25th anniversary for the website. And then, read the blog, and then support the project. You can join as one member and unlock exclusive content, unlock videos, podcasts, and more. This used to be a paid service, but I decided to make it a non-paid service. So now it's free. You got Prime Talk, which is what we're on right now. You can get all the episodes, weekly toy discussions, upcoming toys, and rumors of Transformers and Sentai and more. We are going to be adding 3 new shows. I'm going to be adding Toko Heroes, which is a Prime Talk, like Prime Talk, but it's going to be just about Super Sentai / Power Rangers and Kamen Rider and stuff like that. It's going to be more. So Prime Talk will be mainly Transformers, and then I'm going to have a couple other shows which we'll bring up later, if I remember. And then join the community, and then of course you got what makes us different. What does make us different? Well, you can see right here, independent creator. That's just me. There's no sponsors. I'm not being sponsored. There's no corporate backing. It's just me. I focus on reactions, toy content, and community. Real fan-driven content. There's no AI slop. I do use AI to help me do design work, And I do use AI in terms of like, coding because my hands hurt a lot now. But in terms of like writing, I do use AI. I do use it for filtering in content that I write, but just full disclosure. But I do not like a lot of sites do where they just say, hey, here's my idea. Like, so here's my idea. I want to write something about Pokemon. And then you throw in the AI, you say, can you write me a 500 page, can you write me a 2,000 word blog post about why I think Pokemon is the best, and it just generates what it thinks based off of the algorithm and data that it has, and then people just copy paste that on a website. I don't do that. Actually, I'm going to show you guys exactly what I do, especially now because I have been getting carpal tunnel in the last couple of years, so it becomes very difficult for me to type long blog posts. What I do is I use my phone here, and I go into my notes, and then I basically just talk. I say, hey, today we're going to be talking about whatever, like say I was going to write a blog post about this. I would just basically say everything I want to say, and it just translates it straight. And then I take that and I throw it in the ChatGPT, and I have trained ChatGPT to format my words using past blogs that I have written myself, even way before AI was even a thing to do. And then I reread it and I say, well, you changed this, go back to this. So for the most part, 85 to 90% of all the blog posts I've written in the last year have been reformatted by AI, but it's still me. It's still me. Like, it's still not like it doesn't, because I reread it and then I'll go through, it's like, no, I don't like that. I'll do revisions and say, now I'm basically using the AI to format it for me. That's basically all it's doing. Like, I've gotten to the point where it'll change words if I say, like, because I have a really bad grammar. I'm really bad at grammar. Where I will say like 16 things. Like, I'll have like 16 words, and it just really, you can get the point across with just 1 or 2 words, and the AI will recognize that and it'll make that change for me. I can either keep it or I can revert it back to my original thought. Like, if I say I try to simplify it for 8th grade reading level, and sometimes it has to raise what I say up to that level because I'm old, didn't get educated very well in the education system in the 90s. It was terrible. It's terrible now. But anyways, so yeah, that's kind of what I do in terms of using AI. And then sometimes, like, I'll say, hey, these are some ideas I have. What do you think? And then it just gives me ideas, and I can use them. I don't have to use them. And sometimes I go, okay, cool. And then I use something completely different. Yes, AI, I believe is the future of content creation, but it's how you use it. If you're using AI to do all the work for you, if you're just saying, hey, make me a video about Pokemon, and then it'll ask you, what do you want the video about? I want to be about how Pikachu is the best Pokemon ever. And then it might ask you, why is Pikachu the best Pokemon ever? Because I think Pikachu's cool. And then it'll you can write a blog post, it'll write a blog post for you, and they just post it up, or they have the AI videos. Like, the AI videos, right? No, there's no creativity to them. And I'll grant you that a lot of them, I've gotten caught by a lot of them, but there's no creativity to them. So that's kind of that's what I mean when no AI slop, is I'm not just using AI to create the content. I'm creating the content, and I'm using AI tools to enhance it and make it more viable and readable, help me make it the best it can be. Because at the end of the day, you want your content to be the best it can be, Like even this design, like, I drew this up in Photoshop, and I would write the lines and say, okay, this is what I think, and it would say, yep, that's a good idea, or hey, why don't you try this? And I'll try it. Oh, that's a cool idea. I don't like it, and I don't have to use it. But I designed all this, and I designed all this myself. I wrote this all out. I designed the images. This is this was an actual art piece that I got, and I just had AI just kind of re-render it, into the style that I wanted. The same thing with all these. I created these images. I took an image and I made this image, or not this image. I found this image. I cleaned it up. I added my borders and all this, and then I had AI rerun it to kind of fix it, to get this colorization. I use AI to do that. Otherwise, this is all me. I found the photos. I made edits where I needed to, and then I did all that. So this is I added Optimus Prime in there. I needed that. I found this, and then I just kind of added and edited to it. Same thing with this one. I cartoonized it. And then you get Super One videos unlocked. So these are all the videos that you have to be a member to get. These are all our latest reactions that are not. You can see right here. Well, it's in 2 spots. I probably should fix it. But anyways, the latest blog posts and the latest Toy Vault video. But yeah, and then if you want to click on About Me, just hit About, and you can learn everything there is about Majin Planet. And it starts off with this. I need to do some kind of animation where it has an arrow telling you to go down. Because then it does this, unleashed fandom since 1999. Majin Planet is a hub for anime, tokusatsu, pop culture, enthusiasts, delivering in-depth reviews, live action, live reactions, and discussions on Dragon Ball, Transformers, Power Rangers, Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, Ultraman, and more. For toy reviews to live streams and exclusive content, we celebrate the merchandise that have shaped generations of fans, which is true. And then what we do, I need to make that font a little bigger. I just know the font's not big enough. Oh yeah, toy collectible reviews. That's gonna change. I'm not doing toy. I still might do toy reviews, but not in the traditional sense. Live streams and events. We haven't done anything this year. I've been too busy. That's gonna change next year. Anime, pop culture, covering Dragon Ball, Marvel, DC, and beyond. Exclusive reactions and content, which you guys can find on the website. And then right here is where I want to talk about our story. So this is where we're gonna focus on for the rest of the video. So Majin Planet first opened its doors on December 13th, 1999, which is today, 26 years later. Hosted on a free web host created by Majin Mebs for the sole reason of sharing not only his love of Dragon Ball Z and his fan art, his fan fictions, and most of all, his music videos. Our story. Majin Planet was founded in 1999 as a hub for Dragon Ball, AMVs, anime music videos, fan art, and fan fiction, quickly gaining recognition in the anime and fandom communities. Learn more on that on the history page. We're not going to go into that because it's a lot of information. Over the years, it evolved into a full-scale entertainment platform. So, I do have information, I do have it written here, and I want to thank my Prince Majin Trunks for getting me this information several years ago. We had a long conversation about, and you guys can see on the side of on the right side here, all the different logos we've had over the years. We're like Pepsi, Coke and Pepsi. So 2002, Corrupt Avatar joined the website and became co-webmaster. So it was 2002. 2003, Prince Majin Trunks became co-owner and webmaster of Majin Planet. Now, at that point in 2003, both Corrupt Avatar and Majin Mebs were still a part of Majin Planet. Corrupt Avatar wasn't there very long, and then I think right around near the end of 03, he left. Majin Mebs kind of like faded away, and so it was just Prince Majin Trunks. So then in 2004, Majin Planet's name was changed to Samurai Spirit. So at that time, I really wanted to get Prince Majin Trunks like on the phone, and I might see if I can get him later, and it'll just release it later. But I want to do I want to do an episode with him and Majin Mebs to get their side of the story and like what they think of Majin Planet, what it meant to them, and like stuff like that. But Majin Mebs kind of disappeared on me. Life is busy, you know, stuff like that. And then Prince Majin Trunks, I'm still in contact with. We're both super huge Sentai fans, or at least I like to say that I got him into Sentai because I know he's a huge Power Ranger fan and like he shows me a lot of cool stuff. But yeah. So I don't remember the exact reasoning why he changed it, but I do remember Majin Planet shifted into Samurai Spirit, which is when I came in. Now, I was a member of Majin Planet's forums back in 2004, early 2003, because it was still called the Asylum, which it is today. It's always been the Asylum. It's never changed. And I ran my website, xfiresystems.com. I will be doing a full podcast video in February of next year, which will be my anniversary for Xfire Systems when I opened Xfire Systems, which was February 8th, 1999. Have that video and we'll talk about Xfire Systems and stuff like that and the future of Xfire Systems. But anyways, you know, I was kind of part of the site a little bit, like I was just like a member. I was just like a person who's on the member. You know, voted on like the Fight Club and like the, you know, King of the Hill contest, stuff like that. And then I was more prominent in like another community called Anime C News. And then like around that time, people would come to me because I was the cheapest to like making layouts for people, like, you know, coding them and stuff like that. It's like kind of how I made my living, or at least my side hustle, one of my side hustles back then. And again, if I ever get him on the phone, I think that'd be something really cool to do, and to go back to 2005 and talk about him transferring the power to me, the My Hero reference there. So anyways, in 2005, ownership transferred to Darth Unrivaled, which is me. Back in 2000, I joined 2001, I joined a message board about, I don't remember what it's called now, but it was I think it was called the Sith Empire. I think it was Sith Empire. Anyways, it was a role-playing forum for Star Wars, and I created a character called Darth Unrivaled. Well, I'm not gonna get into it, but I have like an entire like written like stories on stories of his character backstory, different side characters and interactions I had, and I role-played online. It's like D&D basically, but like more like one-on-one role-play. And sometimes group roleplay with a bunch of people that were all like dark side users and stuff like that. Some Jedi here and there and some non-Jedi and stuff, but mainly all just dark side users. And that was my username, was Darth Unrivaled. And then a friend of mine, we came up with this little storyline where we did this thing where like my character pulled away from the dark side and joined like the more gray side, more like a Qui-Gon Jinn kind of like line. And so my character became, and this was like in 2006, my character became known as Necker on Rival. And that's what I used for a very, very long time. People still call me Darth. So yeah, so ownership transferred to me, reverting it, and then I reverted it back to Majin Planet. I changed the name back to Majin Planet. And I do own the domain name, Samurai Spirit too. Did pick that back up. And then in 2006, again, I'll get into this next year on that video, but merged with Banshee Forest, which was my rebranding of Xfire Systems back in 2005. I actually was in a process of rebranding my own website into a new website because the direction that I had been going with Xfire Systems that I started with was not the same, and I didn't feel it fit anymore. And I wanted to just kind of get away from the whole controversy of xfire.com, even though that would, like, I think mine started first, but some people started to get it confused. Oh, are you part of xfire.com? No, I'm not. There was never any legal thing that ever happened. I never got a cease and desist or anything from them because even though I had Xfire in my domain name and my website name, but it was not infringing on their copyright because it was pretty clear that mine was like a fan site for gaming, movies, anime, and just general stuff, like, and then like software development and like games and stuff like that, and like the idea of building games and stuff like that, versus xfire.com, which was basically Discord. It's what Discord is basically, but it was mainly for like, it was an online game thing. Like you would, like, it was able, because back then I think it was like you had Ventrilo was it. I think it was Ventrilo, and I think maybe Team Chat might have been a thing too at the end of time. But anyway, it was basically like an early version of like the Steam, like, you know, overlay where like you could chat. I don't know if Steam is the one who bought them out or not. I don't know. But they disappeared basically because you had Discord and then you had Steam come out. That just people stopped using Xfire. It was basically a chat platform. So like if I was playing Call of Duty and you were playing like a wholly different game like Battlefield, we could still chat with each other, which is a cool concept, but like it doesn't work if we're playing two different games. But if we're playing the same game, most games back then didn't have any kind of like online communication chat feature in the game. You couldn't really talk to anybody. You had to get a separate chat software, which is still kind of people use today. There's a lot of games that have built-in chats, but people still use Discord. It's all crazy. So anyways, in 2006, I merged and we rebranded it to MajinPlanet.com. This is the same. It's just Majin Planet and MajinPlanet.com are... Majin Planet is like the relevance of what it was pre-me. MajinPlanet.com is me. That's kind of this. That's why I always say MajinPlanet.com. I don't usually just say Majin Planet. Doesn't really matter. Between 2008 and 2016 was I expanded into entertainment reviews covering movies, games, and anime. So basically, what I started doing between 2006 and 2007 was a very like transitional period. I was trying to figure out what Majin Planet was going to be, bringing in all the content of the gaming and the movie reviews and game reviews that I had been doing on Xfire Online, which was my forum name, and stuff like that, and merging it all together into Majin Planet, and then the forums, and then I had also started other projects too, like Hunter Mastery. I started in 2011, and so from like really like from 2013 to 2018, I didn't really do nothing with Majin Planet. It was kind of just a stagnatic. It was just there. You know, but the most active I was between 2008 and 2014 was when I was the most active on the website, like working on it every day and doing all kinds of stuff and having contests. Like we had graphic wars, we had all kinds of different contests that I started and all kinds of things, which are all, some of those are coming back. So yeah, 2018 introduced toy reviews, and Majin Planet TV created a video-driven experience. So I technically started in 2016 with the original YouTube channel, and I uploaded all the music videos and other stuff. And whenever the adpocalypse thing happened in late 2016, 2017, when they cracked down on copyright, the channel got nuked, and I lost everything. And so then that was in 2014. Sorry, it was 2014 I started the channel. It was 2016 that it got nuked. And then, you know, my life changed and the direction my life was going shifted. And so then I went back to Majin Planet in 2016, which I've been doing ever since then. But yeah, 2016, I was doing like reviews and I was mainly just doing gaming, like World of Warcraft, stuff like that. And then like anime and stuff like that. And I dabbled in like reaction videos to like game trailers and movie trailers, but that was about as far as I went when it came to that. It was 2018 is when I rebranded the to Majin Planet TV. And ironically, I was able to get my original domain back, or my original YouTube name back from Majin Planet. I actually got it back from YouTube. It has been so long, and they gave it back to me. and that is now Majin Planet Clip. But anyways, we went, Majin Planet TV became launch, and then in 2000, pretty much 2018 to about 2022, it was like, it was rough. It was here and there was like months I would go without doing anything on the website because I was just like doing other stuff and you know, dealing with personal things and other stuff, and then coming back for a few months and kind of like burning out, coming back, stuff like that. 2022 launched the reaction content. That's when I started doing reaction more prominent on the channel, but it was very sporadic. Like I had tried to start, it was mainly just doing TV and movie trailer reactions and some video game reaction trailers. I didn't really want to dive into doing full-on reactions because I didn't really think it was, it blew my mind how people were putting up basically almost the entire movie on YouTube and reacting to it, and like just cutting away at certain points and like or whatever, and like and we're hundreds of thousands of views and stuff like that. I was like, blowing my mind how they weren't getting like copyright struck into the ground, where I upload like one music video and it gets copyrighted into the ground. So yeah, that's where I kind of like started building the experience and learning and stuff like that. 2000, it says 2000, I got a typo there. 2003 is supposed to be 2023. Majin Planet launches phase 1. That was my relaunching of the website plan. The plan was originally, and you guys will see like the logo here, it was like it was to go into a more minimalized white themed version of the site, but it didn't last. I didn't like it. It looked fine. I just did not like it, and I wanted to go back to the more traditional red or more traditional orange, green, and black themed colors, like the more darker themed colors, which is what we're at now. In 2005, phase 1 officially ended on January 28th. So it ended early 28th, and we shifted into, you know, whatever. So yeah, you guys can see here. So this was the original logo created by Majin Mebs. I also believe this one was created by Majin Mebs. This logo right here was created by Prince Majin Trunks. And in 2000, I used that logo for a short period of time until I actually redid the layout myself when I merged it a year later. But yeah, this was the logo I came up with in 05, then in 06. This was the one I had. This was my favorite one right here. And I would still be using that logo. The only reason why I changed it was because I had a computer crash 2013, and there was some drama behind what happened. But I rebuilt my computer. I had to build a new computer. I had a laptop before. I had an Alienware laptop is what I had originally, and I had to rebuild the computer scratch, and I lost all my data. Thankfully, I had the backup disk still. I was able to, and then what was online. So, but all those P files I had, I lost a lot of those, and I didn't have. I have the original render, but I don't have the PSD file with all the different layers. So I couldn't. I wanted to change it to this green color. So this was my attempt. That was my best attempt to recreating that logo. The best attempt, and it didn't come out as good as I wanted. As you can see here, I kind of shrunk this down instead of having it go all the way across. This is still my favorite logo. This is still my favorite. But then yeah, so it didn't last very long, and then I went to this logo, and then that's when I started. And then when I started the YouTube channel, this is what I went to, and then this, and then I went to this. This was a short period of time, and then basically I've kept this logo. So 2002, you can see this logo. This one is my second favorite. This one is more modernized, but if I could turn this into this one, I would. But yeah, and I don't really see myself changing the logo again. I think we're gonna keep this one for quite a while. So, and it's funny because like between the 2020 and 2025, there's no difference. The only difference is I re-added the "Am I Evil? Yes, I Am" tagline. But for the most part, a lot of times when you see the logo, it's just the 2020 logo, which is identical to the 2021 logo, 2022 logo, which just added the TV part. And this was that phase 1 kind of idea that I had. And I just didn't think it was going to be, it just didn't pan out for what I wanted. So I scrapped the entire project and then just went back to the original project. So that's kind of where we went when it came to that. But yeah, it's been a crazy, crazy journey to think about that I have been the webmaster and initially owner of Majin Planet for 20 years. That's 2 decades. And while I personally don't think the website is where it should be, as you can see, like that's a mistake right there that I didn't even notice, probably like a typing error from my part because of my fingers and everything like that. But if you guys are interested, you just head over to the About page. You can click on the history page, and it takes you to this page right here, and it gives you the entire breakdown of everything. It gives you a breakdown. A lot of this was helped by Prince Majin Trunks. Gave me a lot of information that I didn't have, so I could fill it out. And so it's all here. For the most part, it's all here for you guys, and some different little iterations and ideas that I had. But yeah, guys, to celebrate the anniversary, celebrate the anniversary. I want you guys in the comments down below to tell me if this is your first time ever seeing Majin Planet, or hearing about it, or if you knew about it. And if this video gets 100 likes, no spamming now, 100 likes, I will do a giveaway. I will do a big giveaway. And I'm talking like $100 giveaway here. And we'll run, and I will, if we hit 100 likes before the 31st of December, I will then set up a contest. I'll have it on the website. I'll set up the contest rules, how to enter. It'll be 100% free to sign up, how you will join, how you will get the entries, and then I will do a live drawing on YouTube. I'll probably do it on YouTube, and we'll stream on YouTube, and you guys will we'll pick a winner. So if you guys are interested, and if only one person shows up and one person enters, they're gonna win $100. Just think about it this way: like if you're the only person who enters, you win $100. But we gotta get to 100 likes on this video. I know this video is gonna be a really hard video to get views on because it's more informational based and longer videos. So if you're watching to the very end here, you're gonna know. And I'm not gonna say nothing, but like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, and head over to MajinPlanet.com. Click on this join here. Join for free. Click on this. You take this page. Welcome to Majin Planet. What do you get? Become a member, you gain the fun access, community boards, community comments on articles, time-based reactions. That's basically where there's no footage. It's like a sync. You have to have your own copy to watch with me. Majin Planet AMV Vault. I have to host those off on another server that costs me money. So it costs me money. So I want to, even though it's costing me money, I want to negate how much. I don't want bots hitting those pages and eating up bandwidth that I'm paying for. That's the only reason why those are locked behind. It's the only reason why it's locked. If it wasn't for the bandwidth lockage, because I tested it for like a month, where you could watch them without joining, and like I was like looking at the stats, and like I was getting hit with, those pages were getting hit with so many bots that were just draining my money from it. I was like, nope, we're not doing that anymore, because I pay by bandwidth. So how much bandwidth I spend is what I get charged with. So that's why you have to be a member to now watch it, because it just keeps the bots out. Members polls, I'm still working on that. I'm having issues with that not working. The Fight Club, we were going to try to plan the Fight Club this year. I waited too late to start it, so we're going to be doing it next year. So I made a whole announcement on the forums and everything like that. So we're doing that next year. King of the Hill also returning next year in 2026. AMV Raw and Graphic Wars are going to be returning next year as well. What Dragon Ball Z character are you? That is still in development. I just made this image because it's supposed to be coming. Majin War coming next year. Member only live streams. I'll be doing member only live streams on MajinPlanet.com starting the end of this month. I'll be doing one live stream a month, which is just a chill, just come and hang out. You need to remember though to join that live stream. Majin commentary. That's something that I'll probably be doing sometime next year. It'll be a monthly series where I'll just do like a commentary on something. Webcomics in development. Content events. We'll be doing some more content events. The ones I just mentioned earlier, the 100 likes on this video, that'll be a content event. The Majin Planet Beyond TV, that's a project I started, a YouTube project. I'm integrating that into MajinPlanet.com by the end of this month, and there'll be one video per month. It'll probably start with the release of the Doomsday trailer whenever that drops. Probably the first video that I'll do, but it's basically just all Marvel. Focus on the MCU, on the live action movies, nothing to do with the comics. I'll mention comics and animation shows and stuff like that in relations to the movies, but it'll be strictly the movies. And so much more to come. And all this can be yours for free. You gotta sign up. Now, I'm just gonna say here, free is $0. No credit card requirement to sign up, but I am gonna be eventually adding a store where I'm going to be selling just, random stuff that I have around the house. I'll be selling decent prices, discounted prices, stuff like that. I also plan on selling trading cards. Like I'm going to just sell my magic cards myself, but I don't have to pay anybody any fees. I'm just going to do it myself. I'll be selling trading cards. I'll be selling toys, action figures, both loose and in box. I'll also be doing customs. I'm going to start working on dioramas, like pieces, stuff like that. I don't have any dioramas yet, but next year it's gonna be changing. We're doing dioramas more. Getting into it. I've been doing a lot of work with dioramas. I just haven't finished anything yet. We're doing that and everything like that. But yeah, I'm hoping that 2026 is going to be a big year for Majin Planet, and hopefully it'll be big enough where I can go part-time in my job and I'll be able to spend more time doing content for you guys. That's kind of the goal. The goal is not for Majin Planet to replace my income. The goal is for me to be able to spend more time on the site. But in order to do that, I need income, and so I have a full-time job right now. but that's kind of the goal next year, is to be able to do more for you guys. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. That really helps the algorithm. It really helps YouTube understand that people want to watch videos like this. Prime Talk video, kind of, it's taking over my Prime Talk slot. So what I had slotted for today, we post it next Saturday, just to give you guys an idea. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. As I said, check out this video right over here. As always, guys, happy anniversary. Until next time.